So the ritual comes in of going through the process and actually writing it down and folding a bit of paper, doing something physical, because that's the thing we know about journaling. Actually putting pen to paper, it's a habit, a ritual, something that connects the mind in a different way than just thinking or a conversation. Doing something, writing it down, and doing something with it. Some people burn them, don't they? Or or going to an altar and praying. Not that I'm religious, but the ritual in this is to have a bit of paper and tear them up, or use a format or whatever works for you, but to fold it after each answer and just have it as a little piece of paper. And this is a psychological technique that's been well rehearsed. And then put it in your treasure chest. Now you don't have to have a beautiful treasure, pink one, clear treasure chest like me. But my sister had a treasure chest, and when we were small, and she used to put things in it. It had a key, and of course, you imagine a younger brother. It was like, "What have you got in there? What have you got?" "I can't tell you. I've got the key. You can't look." Anyway, so I had this when we were talking about this technique, and it was like putting it somewhere. I want to have a little treasure, and it just came from that. And so Emma was kind enough to get the closest she could find to my descriptions, which is really rather wonderful. But it's amazing because Emma had told me about how it worked for her, and I was a bit skeptical. But when I was in overwhelm about moving this community forward, I was stuck, and I wrote it down and folded it and put it in there. I was amazed about the impact that it had, the clarity that I had in my mind, the space to be able to review and reflect on everything that I've written down. So the process that I went through, and I was amazed about how much clarity it gave me, how much space for thinking and reflecting on that, and how silly it is, and how it just brought forth the resourcefulness that I'd kind of gone through on that process. How was it for you?
Yeah, I find it's life changing for me, because I think when something gets too much, it then, what's the word, like knocks on for me. So then everything becomes too much. The next thing it's so loud in my head, like whoa. Whereas actually, if I can offload, and it's often not that loud anyway, as I'm sure you'll find too, that actually it's not as massive as you feel it is. Once you write it down, but to actually write it down, the ritual, putting it in on a piece of paper and then moving that piece of paper, allows you to move on. It's huge.
Yeah, so it can be quite a profound, and again, it's lots of different psychological techniques, and again, it's the ritual of putting it somewhere. So I'd encourage you to maybe you've got a little box or a little tin somewhere that's important to you, or a drawer, or it doesn't need to be a treasure chest. It's a metaphor, but to have somewhere where you can actually fold these bits of paper and meaningfully put them in this place or this little box, and it's representative of a place in your mind and the space in your mind where it contains that issue, that emotion that's getting in the way and causing the overwhelm. And it's amazing the impact that it can have. No, we're not promising anything, but if you try it, and it's something that isn't just a one-hit wonder, and it could become a ritual for when you get stuck, when we all get stuck, because we go on to the next level, then we go, oh God, overwhelm and stuckness. And then the negative belief will try and drag you down, and you're useless, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, and oh God, undo all the work that you've done. So it's a technique, it's a ritual that you can do again and again and again. And we'd love you to share in here. And you don't have to share what you wrote. I haven't shared what I wrote in here. I don't mind sharing it. I have in previous ones. But you don't have to share. You can just say, I've shared something in there, had a really nice impact, and this is what's happened for me, and what I've done from it. You don't have to go through the detail. You don't have to put your dirty laundry out on for everyone to see, as it were. It's a really nice, and it can be a very private technique. But you can still share the impact of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ritual is going through the questions, answering the questions, folding the paper, putting them in your special place. That sounds rude. Put it in the chest, take a deep breath, acknowledge that, but also acknowledge that for your brain that you've moved that to a different place and you don't have to carry that emotion away. It gives you space, like you said right at the beginning, in a lovely way. It can be really, really impactful, and we really do look forward to hearing how it impacts for other people. because this is new. This is as I say, it comes from lots of different psychologies and psychological techniques. But I really like it. It really resonates with both of us. So really looking forward to hearing how it works for you and seeing your treasure chests.